What is up, my fellow Vikings? Now, using your bow in Valhalla is second nature, but it's not always clear what the best bows are. That's why I wanted to collate my 5 favourite bows and also tell you how you can get them yourself. Shout out to Tropes in the comments for giving me this idea. This video is for you, dude. Now, before we start, in my opinion, the best bow depends on 2 things. Firstly, how do you like to use your bows, so short, medium or long range? And then more importantly, what cheeky perk the bow has attached to it. A little bit of extra damage isn't really going to make that much difference.
That still only counts as 1!
So with that being said, let's start with my favourite predator bow, the longbow. Whilst it doesn't have the most exciting name, this is the only predator bow you're ever going to need. This has the brilliant perk of throwing a smoke bomb after a close range shot, so if after sniping those guards they've spotted you and are starting to get too close, the smoke bomb will drop and you can run off into the distance to safety. You can find this bow hiding in the old Lincoln sewers in Lincolnshire, where you'll simply enter from the side of Roaring Meg Spring, kill a few guards and it'll be waiting for you. I do also have an old video with some more information if you're struggling to find it. Moving on, we have the light bow, the Viper bow, and not only is this light bow a literal machine gun as all light bows are, but with its perk, every hit with the Viper bow the critical chance will rise, so you'll be wanting to unleash as many shots as quickly as possible. You'll also want to upgrade your quiver because you'll be spamming those arrows like Rambo sitting on a light machine gun. When it comes to finding the Viper bow, you won't have to look far. This item is purchased from merchants for just 500 silver, however it won't immediately be available. You'll first need to upgrade your settlement and complete some arcs so you can unlock your trading hut, and then it's yours to purchase. Next up, we have the most difficult bow to obtain, Nolans Arc. This hunter bow has a really great ability where it'll increase your attack the further away you are from your enemy, basically a mid-range bow to use from afar. However, this is ultimately really the dumbest way of getting yourself a new weapon. You're supposed to firstly obtain the mythical greatsword Excalibur, which is a big challenge in itself, and then head to a specific rock in the middle of nowhere and wait for sundown, where eventually after striking the rock with Excalibur, it should break and then Nolans Arc is yours. This method, however, didn't work for me, or maybe I didn't have the patience, so I had to use the cheeky glitch way, where you whack the rock a few times until you deplete your stamina, save the game, load back in, and then the bow should appear for you. Very weird, I know. If you need some extra info on this, just check out my older video on it. So for our 4th bow, we have another hunter bow called Death Speaker, which particularly if you're a low level, this one is going to really come in handy. Hitting weak points on enemies is going to restore 25% of your total health with this bow, which for a perk you can keep using again and again, I think is just insane. Want to regain some health but don't have any rations? Then just use the Death Speaker. You'll be very pleased to know that just like the Viper bow, you'll acquire Death Speaker by purchasing it through the game's merchants. It'll only cost you a meager 360 silver, so even cheaper than the Viper bow. Now that's a deal that I can get on board with. And finally, we come to another predator bow, the Needler. This is the ultimate stealth bow, where stealth headshots create a sleep cloud around the body, very useful for sneaking around, particularly again if you're a low level. And just like the Death Speaker and Viper bow, you can also obtain this from merchants for just 380 silver. I'm actually amazed that the bows with the best perks can mostly be bought from merchants, but I'm not complaining either. So these are my 5 favourite bows, but you may completely disagree with me, and if you do, then please let me know down in the comments and tell me which ones are your favourites. Ultimately, this is just one Viking's opinion, and hey, if you're looking for the strongest weapons and armours, then why not check out my recent videos, and I will hopefully catch you legends in the next one. Until then,